Hi, coloring friends, and welcome to my colorful world. I today wanted to just film adding some metallic paint accents to one of the pages that I finished coloring. I just thought it would be fun to show the process of that, and I'm excited by how the page is turning out, so I thought it would be fun to share this. I'm working in Summer Nights by Hanna Karlzon, and I'll show the supplies first and then I'll get to the page. So I'm going to be using this Transon brush number 5. I really love this paintbrush. It's got just the best tip. It goes really narrow, but then you can it tapers down so you can kind of get a thicker stroke if you need to. This is definitely my favorite brush that I have. So then the paints I'm going to be using are the Art Philosophy sets that I have. I have the metallic pastels and then they're just called plain metallics. This is the metallic pastel set, and looks like that on the outside. I am actually not sure if I'm going to use any colors from this. Um, I'm on the fence on that for what my page is. I'm definitely using colors from this metallic set here. And my page is purples and oranges. And I'm going to be using this pearly white color and then this purple color primarily on the page. Let me show the page here. So this is the page that I have colored. I've done all the pencil work on it, and I've left open, I did kind of shade slightly on the pearls here, but I've left the rest of it just plain, just to put the paint directly onto the page here. And my plan is to use the pearly white color on the pearls, of course, and then I think all these little accents on the watch. So all of these are definitely going to be the white pearl again. And then these little pearls here. Well, I'm going to make them pearls. And then I know for sure that I'm going to use this dark purpley color for these little inlays on the watch. So all of that is going to be the darker purple. Now what I'm on the fence about is I'm not sure if I want um, to potentially make all these little accents here, this very light pastel-y purple from this set. So I'm going to kind of do the other two colors first and then see how they look on the page and decide whether I want to do this or just keep them all in the pearl here. So let me go ahead and get my paints all primed and ready to go, and then I will get to painting. Okay, I think I have my paints all set here. And I think I'm going to start with the pearly areas. I gotta watch out because I have this big pack of uh, droppers to put water in my paints, and I can't find it. And the one I was using, they're just little plastic ones, and I ended up squeezing it so much that it developed a hole in it, so I had to toss that one, and now I can't find my other ones to get my paints going with. So, and just in case anybody is not sure what I'm talking about, with watercolor paints, it's best if you add a little bit of water to your paint first and kind of let it get going, and then you'll get your best color result that way. So yeah, so I'm missing my droppers, and that means that I am having to just kind of put my sink water at a trickle and let a few drops fall in, but I think a few too many fell in to my palette this time. And yeah, so these got a little too so you know what I'll do with those where it kind of got onto the black lines a bit. I have a, a black fine liner that works well just to redo the lines, draw back over the paint splodginess that I have there. So it's not a huge deal that that is like that. I can fix it to an extent. Um, but yeah, these watercolors are really nice. I've been really happy with them, and I feel like the shininess and quality of them is pretty good. I haven't bought any kind of I know there are people who make them on Etsy, and certainly there's a higher cost paint sets out there, which I don't have. So I don't have the frame of reference to kind of say for sure that these are amazing, but they definitely do the trick for what I want them to do. So I can say that. I'm just going to make my way around here doing these dots. Kind of want to just start in the center and work my way out so I'm not dragging my hand through anything. And hopefully this isn't too unexciting. I know the pearl is not a big, you're not going to see it too much until I actually start tilting the book a bit. So this page, I colored with Starjoy pencils. They work really nice on this paper for me, the Hanna Karlzon paper. And yeah, I just wanted to do a page that was, bright, fun colors, kind of break up some of the dark winter days kind of thing. And I'm happy with how it turned out. That was one thing I was thinking about when I was looking at this page was a lot of the pages like this, it's if it's jewelry or a watch or something like this, or even there are other things that look like metal type things in these books, and you always kind of default to, well, I always kind of default to gold. And I was looking at this and thinking, I really don't want to do this whole thing in gold. I want to do something different. And you get tired of coloring in gold. So I was like, you know what? I'm going to make this one purple. It's just a little different. All right, we're almost all the way around here. Then I can move on to another component. Yeah, so this is what I was saying with this brush. The tip is so nice and pointy at the top that, I can get these little tiny beads easily. So there we go. We got the pearls all done. Hopefully that translates on camera at all. I'm not sure. But yeah, there's definitely a shine to them now. You'll see it more on the dry area. These metallic paints definitely, they just look wet when they're drying, and then once they've dried down, they get that nice metallic sheen to them. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and I think I'm gonna go ahead and get these while my brush is wet with the pearly color. I'm gonna go ahead and get these little pearls here. Oh, I'm getting a little bit too much water on my brush. Yeah, I definitely got the paints too wet. But we'll work with it. Okay. So that is those. I'm going to go fairly quickly. But this has definitely become a favorite thing of mine to color the majority of the page and then have a few components on the page that I add the metallic accents to. It's a lot of fun. It adds some shine and sparkle. And the other thing I've been using a bit more this month, well, mostly because I didn't have them before now, is stickles. I got some of those in November, I think. I think it was November. And I've been trying to add some of those to my pages too, which is kind of fun. Before that, I would add glitter to pages, but it was kind of loose glitter with glue, which is not quite as quick and easy to do as just the stickles. So definitely loving having those too, as far as page accents go. Okay, so those pearls are all done now. Make sure I got them all. Yeah, there's a few places where I'm going to have to go back over with a black fine liner and kind of refine those lines, but that's okay. No big deal. We can definitely do that. All right, I'm going to move on to the purple. And, oh goodness. I've got stuff falling left and right here. Into the purple. And this is going to be the tricky one because I have to work around all these little pearls. There we go. One down. Shoo. Oh, that's right. I just remembered. I think I was going to do these in the pearly color too, but we'll wait and see. I kind of want to wait and see what I'm going to do with that other little accent bit around the watch before I commit to anything. All right, I think I may, since I have two done here, I may go ahead and speed up through the rest of this and of this one bit, and then I'll come back when I get to the next part of it. Okay, so I think I did decide that I'm going to try to use this pastel purple from the other set on these little bits here. I'm still really worried that it's a little too pinky, but we'll see. Hopefully that'll be okay. I'm waiting for the water. I just added water to it, and I'm waiting for that to, you know, do its thing. So I'm going to go ahead, and I also decided that I'm going to make these little in-between spots the pearly color again. So I'm going to do that first. We'll get that done real quick. And then my pastel purple should be ready to use. I did realize when I was painting that I did what I always do and started at the left, and I'm left-handed, so by the time I got to the right, I was thinking, oh, what am I doing? Had to kind of watch my hand so I didn't go in the wet left half while I worked on the other side. Does anybody else do that? Not plan their direction of work well? I tend to do it all the time. I would think I'd learn, but nope. Always fighting to keep my hand out of things. Okay, I kind of have to tilt it to see, make sure I got them all. It's hard to tell. All right, so that's that. And now we're going to move on to the smaller accents on it with my pastel purple. And we're going to hope that this wasn't a mistake. Oh, it is coming off a bit pink. We'll see how it dries down. All right, well, we're going with it now. I'm gotta commit. Okay. All right, I'm gonna speed up again as I work my way around and get all these little bits done. And then all we have left are, I'm gonna get this top bit here and then the pearls, and then this page is done. All right, and it is pearl time. And actually, I just noticed that there's all these little dots all over as well. And since they're more in the yellowy orangey area, I'm thinking I may use this iridescent yellow from the set. I don't know. I'm trying to decide if I want this one here, which is kind of hard to see, or this more yellow, but to do the little dots all around the outside of the page. Oh, this is the hardest part, is deciding these kind of things. I'm just too indecisive to do this. So I'm gonna go ahead and get going with the pearls, and we will come back and find out what I want to do with these little dots in the background too. Okay, so got the pearls all done. I'm hoping some of this translates to the camera a little bit. You can see I'm definitely going to have some areas where I have to go back with a black fine liner and kind of redo the lines, especially I had a boo-boo spot up here, right there, with the brush had just too much water on it, which is what I was worried about. But that's okay. We can go back and put a black fine liner over the lines again, and it'll be good as new. So I'm going to go ahead and throw some paint on all these little yellow, or I think I am going to make them like this goldy yellow iridescent color. So I'm going to throw those on the little dots around the page, and then I'll come back and show the finished picture. Okay, and here she is all finished. Let's see if I can show some of that shine a little bit. I did decide to add some of that yellow iridescent to the centers of some of the flowers too. I'm not sure if they even come across, but yeah, I'm happy with how it turned out. The thing about metallics is they really show over the black lines if you get a little bit off, and I do. So I did have to go through, and I used my Tombow Fudonosuke pen to go over some of the lines and kind of hide some of my boo-boos. It's nice because it has a really, really fine point at the top, so, and it goes well over that kind of a medium. So I'm happy with how it turned out. I am still a little bit questioning if this is too pink in there, the one that I chose, or if I should have done something different, but it is what it is. It looks pretty this way, so that's fine. And I definitely had fun doing it. So thank you so much for coming along with me as I added some final touches to this page, and I will see you in the next one. Bye!